If you like what you watch, then don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates on The More Show. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new weekly television and radio shows.
My next guest is Supernanny Jo Frost. After winning the role for the reality TV show, Jo was catapulted to fame with her firm but fair approach to childcare. She is the creator of The Naughty Step, which has helped many families to reconnect with each other. She is also the author of 3 books. Her latest book, Jo Frost's Confident Toddler Care, shares her wealth of knowledge and experience to guide parents and guardians. Jo Frost, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, Jo, just tell us a bit about yourself for anyone out there that doesn't know about Jo Frost.
Well, I help parents. I have expertise for over 2 decades in really troubleshooting the times that can be extremely difficult for parents, whether that's creating healthy routines, behaviour, or whether that's the first stages of becoming a parent and looking after a newborn as well. So with my experience, people have best known me on television for the Supernanny show and now Extreme Parental Guidance, and of course I love writing as well, and I have 2 books.
So just tell us a bit about your latest book, Jo Frost's Confident Toddler Care.
Yes, the Confident Toddler Care for me was just really a no-brainer of being able to help parents through the toddler years. It's 4 years of really the fundamentals of helping parents understand the importance of the touchstones that are necessary, and really putting in some great structure and understanding about family values and the kind of parent that they want to be, and becoming more in sync with their toddlers.
I guess it's a huge emotional journey having a toddler.
I think it's an emotional journey for any parent when you have a baby. It's a 24/7 hour job.
So, Jo, what are some of the key problems that parents have with different age groups of kids?
It all depends what we're actually, talking about with regards to age. With newborns, it's about feeding and sleeping and, creating those healthy routines. And with the toddler years, it's about communication, language, how we develop our young ones, how we get over the transitions, schools for the first time when they go off to nursery. For teenagers, it's understanding them and the world that they live in when the hormones are racing and there's so much peer pressure and influence outside, and how we keep our relationship going with our teenagers. And then, of course, there's parents being on the same page. There's understanding that grandparents now have become babysitters and also co-carers too.
So how did you get involved with childcare, Jo? How did it all start for yourself?
I was a nanny and I looked after children for many years, and I helped families in different dynamics, different situations. I would troubleshoot, as they call it, which was primarily what people have been used to seeing me do on television.
So did you always see yourself in this role as a sort of natural healer?
Thank you very much for the compliment. Well, for me, it's just about being able to have the privilege to educate parents on the platform that I've been given now. I've always been able to help families in times that have been challenging for them. I've always been able to give nannies sound advice when they've been in circumstances where they need to be able to educate the parents that they're working for. And so being given this platform to be able to help parents globally is something that I feel very honoured to be able to do, and at the same time know that my experience can help others.
Now, one of your chapters is on eating healthy and eating habits. Do you think, Jo, that healthy change in diets for kids makes a big difference to their behaviour?
I think we've only got to really look at the statistics of the epidemic of child obesity over the last decade to know that our eating habits have very much changed, and the importance of being able to go back to basics and actually teach parents wholesome nutrition and proper proportion sizes, so that we don't see stage 2 diabetes. We're not looking at this epidemic of obesity, and I think the more that we can educate ourselves as adults, I think that the massive influence that we can make on our whole family.
And what would you like the parents to take away from the book?
Well, I'd like to feel that what what parents get when they read the book is a lot of expertise and a lot of frank no nonsense talk. I mean, there's a lot of humour in there as well. And, the books really give me a lot of freedom to be able to write exactly that journey without having to worry what we cut, what we don't, what we put in on a 48-minute show reel.
And, you must find it difficult to leave the families behind that you've helped.
Well, I go through a journey with them, and I'm there to professionally help them. And I do think about them, and I do keep in touch with them. I don't find it difficult because I know I'm going on to another family, but I certainly know that each family have made their mark with myself. I mean, I've helped over 120 families in America, and I've kind of lost count now how many here in the UK.
Yeah, so do you keep in contact with the families, or?
I keep in contact with a lot of families now. They let me know how they're getting on in their, in their lives, and newborns that have arrived, and the kids getting older, and it's just generally nice. And some don't. They've called me in for a particular moment in their lives where they needed the help, and they're doing their thing as well.
So how important are routines, as this seems to be a sort of common thread with your work?
I think a routine is incredibly important, and I stipulate it throughout all of my parenting advice, because it does allow so much. It allows us to become more time efficient. It allows us to manage our daily chores, to meet the needs of our children, to give ourselves a break as well. And I'd like just to say for the record that, a routine is meant to be flexible. It's not to be something that's so militant that there's no room to breathe. So when I create these routines and teach parents how to create them for their own family, it's about recognising, the ages of your children, and how to incorporate play, and how to enjoy it yourself, and how to give yourself that break. Because after all, parents who are looking after children at home, they can't wisp off to Starbucks and take an hour lunch break and grab a coffee and a quick sandwich.
So it's important to take breaks when you can, yeah?
I think it's incredibly important for parents just to be able to take a breather and drink a cup of coffee and flick through, a magazine or a couple of chapters while the little one's sleeping, yes.
So nursery rhymes are a must then, yeah?
Nursery rhymes are a must. In fact, I was only singing them the other day with my little niece.
And your website, Jo?
Yeah, jofrost.com. People can go on the website. Not only will I answer questions on the website to those that have challenges in different areas, but it's just amazing how the forum has opened up on such a global level that you can be in New Zealand and have a query, a question, and somebody in Ireland would answer it, in a heartbeat. And, that's technology for you.
Any last words?
I think really the most important thing for parents to remember with the shows that they'll watch, the books that they'll read from me, is about prioritising what's important for your family and putting them back on the map, and recognising that things take time. And as much as we are watching television where there are adverts that say, take a pill and it's gone in 2 days, and earn this in 1 week, and there's all these kind of false advertisings of what you can do, what you can gain, that actually it's about the experience and enjoying the journey, and recognising that nothing gets done overnight, that you have to educate yourselves, read it, and be consistent.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jo.
Thank you.
For any information on any of my guests today, visit my website, themoreshow.co.uk. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Visit themoreshow.co.uk/shop to purchase products and services from your favourite past guests. If you're new to this site, you can also catch up on the previous television and radio shows through YouTube and the More Show website.